to ETS. I'm Donna Lopez, and this is your channeled message for April 29th through to May 5th. If you're new to my channel, welcome. All right, let's see what they have coming forward. Well, for a lot of you, it's interesting. I have a piece of selenite here, and it's like you're trying so hard to communicate, so hard. And what I'm hearing is that you need to slow down and believe in yourself more, because what you're going to express is really coming through you, and it's not necessary for you to be concerned with how it lands. Just be in your vibration, and what needs to resonate will come through very quickly and very easily. Yes, less effort is what they're saying. Less effort and more just trusting and doing. All right, let's see. Well, I see a lot of you are winding things up because they're moving things forward. So a lot of things that you thought might come up later that you needed to take care of, all of a sudden it's like, I can check that off, I can check that off, I can check that off. Again, they're using the word, the no need to be distressed, or to fix things. They said, because a lot of you are saying, I want to fix, they're saying, no, they're saying that some of you are trying to fix what's unbroken. It's not broken. It doesn't need fixing. You as well, I'm seeing like a lot of weight on your shoulders, like a lot of responsibility. And they're saying it's time to take some of that energy off of you. You know, don't take on what doesn't belong to you, and don't borrow trouble that isn't there. Okay, they're saying in the coming days and weeks, we're going to see a lot of changes. A lot of changing of the guards, meaning that whomever was in a politically correct space is now going to be moved over and on the back burner. And I also see there's a lot of tweaking going on within the organization. They're talking about the United States at this time. And it's like they're tightening down the hatch and making sure that everything is secure and in place. I feel as though they're getting ready for something to, I hear headlines. So something to come across the headlines, and they want to make sure that everything is in a fixed place and that there's control over not necessarily the narrative, but that whatever the headline is, I hear it's exploitive. And that there's a part of what's going on where they said they're tired of fixing things. So the administration is tired of fixing things, get ahead of something that's getting ready to be exposed, let's say, or put out publicly in a broader manner, let's put it that way. And I'm hearing May, so it will happen more so in May, which we're right on top of anyway. And this is where there's a lot of changes rolling around, because they're really using this tone again. It's like really trying to look at all sides of it. Do we have everything covered? Is it going to come out the way we need it to come out? But I do see headlines. And I do see a headline that would perhaps say World War III. Or something that's more, which we've heard what's occurring right now as under that name as well, but not broadcast, let's say. I do see that coming out as a big headline. So there must be something more explosive coming forward. And I don't mean that explosive as in an explosion. I mean explosive in terms of like, okay, now this is what this is. I'm also seeing something about jail terms and limiting jail terms. So there'll be some shifts and changes on that. People's sentences will be reduced. Somebody that got 10 years will go back to 5 or 4 years. And there'll be a broad sweep on this. Almost, and I got to say this with love, but it's almost like if we put enough criminals, no offense to anybody that's been to prison that was there innocently, but if we put enough criminals out on the streets, the population will be so nervous that they'll just surrender to whatever else they see in the headline. So it's to make things a bit chaotic. But at the same time, I see a stitching together of the narrative from the other, and I don't want to say from the other side because we don't want to polarize this, but there is the side that's in charge legally. at this point, and then there's a side that isn't. And I see the other side kind of stitching things up and getting things ready in a slower, more productive manner. Like, we're going to put all this together and really get this sewn up together. It's just less chaotic, less nervous because, well, they're not trying to cover up something, they're just trying to bring things together and package things in a certain way that they can be handled, as much as just if they have a chance to speak on whatever is occurring, that they're concise and that it is a full package of what it is that they're seeing that needs to be addressed. And I hear something about terminology. So there's also has a lot to do with the way things are worded. Not so much how they're presented, but how they're worded. I also do see that there will be a lot of letting go of places where, I want to say with love, where people were trying to put holes in the administration, like, oh, there's a leak, there's a leak, there's a leak. And it's like all of a sudden they're just withdrawing and not going in that direction. Like, it's almost like every time there's some sort of something that occurs that's gets people, let's say, riled up, they've been trying to go in and address it and address it and address it. And they're saying, nope, they're pulling everything back and they're going to be more concise and look at the whole thing as a whole. Instead of plugging all these different holes, bring everything out and just address the whole thing that is happening, the whole scenario. And that's where this stitching up is coming from. There's a calmer, more concise state. I do see it does feel like Trump standing on he's taking a big step up and he's looking around and seeing like, okay, should I address the crowd? Should I address everybody? Like he's going to do an impromptu talk, almost like on the steps of the White House or in front of the Lincoln Memorial. But there's something he's going to put out there that's going to be like this big announcement or this big talk. And I hear broadcast. I hear that those in the know will know. Those that are in the know that understand what's really going on here are going to know what this is all about. And they're going to research it. It's already been researched, let's say. It's researched and it's already getting contained. It's already getting contained. I just hear chaos and trouble, addressing chaos and trouble, chaos and trouble. And but I do hear, again, this is a narrative. It's a narrative that's being put out there to create this schism, this hyper state of nervousness and insecurity, but or people being on pins and needles. I want to say for the collective, I'm seeing more of a smooth sailing, that things are moving along in a smoother way. So much affected by what these little things are that are popping up all over at all. It's as though the collective is even saying we've got to look at the whole picture, the whole world, universe, everything, all of humanity is being. And I'm hearing it's a collective bargaining chip, meaning that not as though they're looking to bargain anything, but the collective bargaining chip is that it is a collective that sees the wholeness of the situation and is going to be addressing it in a whole way with many different facets and nations and speaking or coming to terms on what is globally affecting the world. I do hear smoother days are coming forward, that it's as though we're on the precipice right now of like this tsunami. And it's like it's this big waves getting ready to come over, and it's like it's just we're on the precipice of this huge tsunami that's getting ready to take over. Bless it, but let's pray that there isn't a tsunami. I just feel that it's also representative, though, of this getting ready to come over and clear and wash everything away. So everything will be kind of cleared up, and there's a lot smoother sailing moving forward, even though this smoother sailing is a result of much harm that has been done. I feel as though I'm hearing that the people have the power, and the people are realizing that they have the power. and the people are starting to stand in their power more fully. And I'm hearing, the truth just takes less effort. So it's a lot easier. Wherever there is an untruth, they're on pretty shaky ground. It's almost like a seismic shift. The ground is shaking and everything's just falling apart, falling apart. You can't stop it. It's already in motion. It's already happening. I hear a lot of people are going to be on friendlier terms with a lot of people. There's like a friendlier face coming out forward amongst individuals. Like, I'm going to address this the way I would want to be addressed myself. Where's the common denominator? How can we be friendly? How can we work together? What is it we do agree upon? How can we go hand in hand and help one another? And I'm seeing this as something that's really, really starting to build up. I do hear something about the Last Supper, which I find very interesting, because this is where the Judas was revealed, and that's how I'm seeing this too. It's like we're at this Last Supper time before this. I have to say this with love, but this execution that's coming forward. All right, and there will be a traitor that will be revealed that that they're the person responsible for. I've got to, they're lightening up now because they're saying that spilling the beans, all right? And it will take a lot of people by surprise. A lot of the administration will be taken by surprise by this. But I also hear something that there's a force field of knowledge behind everything that's occurring, that there will be so many facts and fact-based intel that will come through that there will be like no denying it. I'm also seeing the tree of life. That they're saying that the tree of life, that its very structure is that its roots go deep and wide and spread out through all lands, connecting everyone. We're in this neural network of this tree of life, the sustenance of all of humanity right now, and all the roots are lit up, and people are online and they're getting it, and the energies are really increasing. More peace, Peace. And they're saying that in terms of not like pieces, but peace. Okay, Thursday is coming in really strong. That's just a day they're saying that we will be getting a lot of consideration. We will all be thinking really strong about, we've got to really consider this, and what do we want to do, and how are we going to manage that, and I don't see any nervousness. I just see that it's a time of consideration. Like, if we need food, do we have our food? Do we need water? Then let's get water and make sure we have our water. So it's just, I'm hearing they're saying it's a time to remember to stay centered. And they're saying stay centered in the mist, meaning too that not everything is visible yet, but you can, like in the mist, you can see, or you can imagine what's behind what you're seeing, but you can't see it clearly yet, but the mist will fade and we will see the clarity behind everything. Yes, a lot of new opportunities coming in for many people this week as well. A lot of people saying, well, I hadn't considered that, like almost as if you could do a complete career change and you hadn't considered, like, I could take this basic skill set that I have that isn't in one genre, but it's the way that I work, or my position and my responsibilities, that I could take that into any other sector. And so a lot of you are starting to think louder and bigger for yourself and what your true base qualities are. If you're a person that makes decisions, then you're a person that makes decisions. If you're a person that can work standing alone, then that's your quality. If you're a person that works within a network, you're going to be working within a network anywhere. It's your skill set. It's kind of cute. They're saying, remember to smile and get along. So a smile goes a long way because it lets people know that you're friendly, that your nature is friendly. And people, in other words, too, what they're saying is that people will be looking for that. They will be looking for who is friendly, who can I get along with, who is inviting me to feel safe in their presence. And so we're going to see more of that, people connecting in that way. I'm going to look at people individually too on a personal level here. I hear offering, and it's not as though you're offering anything, but you're looking at where is the offering, Who is the person that's giving? Who is the person that is giving the offering? Which is like it's when you give, knowing that you are sharing what you have with others. You want to do it. You're in a space of wanting to do that. And so you're looking at people that are doing that on the regular. Who is a person that is offering up with no strings attached, just offering up what it is they have to share freely? And a lot of things will come to mind to many of you as a result of that. Like I could do that too. It's almost like by example, people are starting to want to give more of what they have. All right, I've got 3 sets of cards here, so let's see what we've got. Find the balance in the current situation. Krishna. All right. Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? Nurture yourself so you can nurture others. Remember the compassion without having to have a reason for it, or trusting what hasn't been fully revealed. Like a mother trusts that what she's doing is okay and knows sometimes that they don't know if everything's okay, but they still trust that they have to be the person that offers that. Joy. Like a child, I discovered joy in the simplicity of life. Happiness lies in magical moments, not in the material. Even the smallest joy is a great source of light. Wonderful. Okay. With that, namaste and have a wonderful week.